Yeah. Hi, everyone. I've decided to hop on and do a quick impromptu live stream. I know this is like you haven't had time to actually prepare or anything like that, but that's okay. Uh, so, many of you have seen that there's been some changes on the channel and a lot of other things that are happening. And so, the reason I decided to do this live stream is to connect and touch base with everyone. I understand that the timing is a little bit out, but that doesn't matter because we're doing our own time. Hi, Justin. Thank you for coming. Uh, so yeah, questions and yeah, Q&A if you would like. It's not going to be a long one. It's going to be a few minutes, and then I'm going to hop off. So many of you have noticed that there's been some changes in the tech situation. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming. Ruth, good morning. Suzette, also lovely to see you all. Um, the technological world seems to have been doing a number on a few things. I don't know if you've noticed that there seems to be a bit of, let's call it a type of shadowing of certain content. And behind the scenes, I think there are mostly creators that have been looking to see if they can find chance to, uh, find alternative platforms to really do the type of work. And so there's also been some questioning on, now that we've done this and we're there, and why have you told us to do this and why have you told us to do that type of thing. And the reason is so that we can protect our content. All of us can be protected on there when the creator's work is protected by the creator's intellectual rights to produce the type of work. Then people around in who are supporting that work requires to also feel safe when they are where they are connecting with that work. And so it's no surprise that you have noticed that there's some very massive other creators also that seem to not be visible as much, or when there's live streams going, that there's issues. Uh, Ruth, you says people are also being shadowed. Yeah, shadow. That's correct. That is the issue. I can see in the commentary that my comments are low. I can also see that when I post things, that there's hardly any ripple or any view. I've also learned since then that they only allow literally so many people on to join your channel. So even if there's many subscribers, many of those new subscribers do not have the chance to actually see the channel itself. And this is now from all over the world. So this is why I felt it was important to do some exploration work, and things will be different. You will find different platforms now coming up. There will be a lot of people who want to create private servers. That is my dream to do so that everything that goes on there belongs to us, myself, and you. And that is the plan, long-term plan. Um, we also know by now, I think it's kind of obvious that the system is not really going to change the technological um, practice. So that is still going to go on. That beast is still alive and will stay alive for some time because we are also taking part in communicating through the system itself. So I just thought I'd just hop on and just explain to you all, for those of you who've joined the networks that I've been sharing with you the links for to being on there, thank you very much for doing that. It's important that we have the chance to feel that we are safe in a safe like space, which means there is a private network. There's only us, myself, and you on there. There is no collection of any particular data that takes place at all. But that platform will eventually change to something else much later in the time, not now. Don't become worried about that. I've also since then tried to bring in another channel, another platform to put more sensitive content on BitChute. And that seems to be an issue because it only allows so many videos on there, and you have to pay for every month, every time that you're on there. Good morning. Thank you for coming. I didn't expect anyone to be here, actually. So, yeah, that's basically the situation. Good morning. It is definitely a surprise. It was an impromptu moment for me to do that. There's 7 of you on here. Thank you for coming. That's a lot for doing something just like that, which means we're all ready. I've also been working on putting the lectures together for the second lecture series, which is actually quite a vast topic. So it will be in 2 parts, mainly 2 big parts. For now, from what I can see, I've been dreaming and sleeping signs and symbols for some time now. So we will be discussing all of the deeper aspects of that as well. So guys, any questions? Anything that you're interested to know? Anything that you were curious to find out about? Now's your chance. It's literally going to be like 20 minutes and then I'm off. Thing on, okay, you're, okay. Ruth says, BitChute, I have an alias and I use different platforms to access it. I don't, yeah. Well, there is a browser called Brave. Have a look at that. It's fantastic. I've been using it and I have also interlinked it with DuckDuckGo. So that is definitely helping to manage, to minimize or to basically cancel out any type of trackers. And then there's also an yeah, Brave is free. DuckDuckGo is good. You can launch through there. I would not go anywhere else. That's what I'm using, but I am also using the more modern or the more mainstream stuff. Don't worry too much about BitChute, okay? Because BitChute is a problem. It's only limiting me to have certain amount of videos on there, and I would have to pay for the next ones. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good setup. Brave and DuckDuckGo, perfect. I've got it on my phone as well. Look, we know that tech is definitely what it is. Okay, there's no two ways about it. And the IP address is really the issue. So if you are able to, if you really wanted to do, look, I'm not gonna give tech advice, but I can tell you what I've been working with what's working for me is I have something that masks my IP address. And that's as much as one can do. And then one just has to be aware of certain things. And obviously not walk into the street when you're supposed to look left and right. So I'm not suggesting everyone should do this, of course. Aside from actually having multiple devices and then launching in from one device and doing only one thing at a time. But anyway, nonetheless, yeah, so that's the technological side of things. Well, there are free ones. The one that I know is pretty good is I will send you the link of that one specifically. It's not a very common one. I'll let you know. I'll send it to you, Ruth, when I can. I must just put my stuff together to get it for you. Okay, so on a metaphysical, spiritual level, what's been going on right now is that I wanted to start this as a video. I wanted to do a pre-recorded video, and I wanted to call it questioning the collective. And so that's quite a heavy loaded. I will definitely do that. I will post it in the chat as soon as I can find. Yeah, I've got it, but I need to just put it together. Just give me some time. I'll put it together. Just remind me, okay? Okay, so on a metaphysical level and a spiritual level, and I don't want to drag this out too long, I wanted to say that I'm questioning the collective aspect of the system. once upon a time when the system was put into place, because it was definitely put into place, I am referring to that thing which is called the Metatronic cube, which is a technology which operates or creates or works the commerce or the material process or the communication process in terms of work. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. There is definitely some sort of shadow thingy on my shadow thingy. There's a thingy on my side. It's a little bug. Okay, so don't worry, it's being recorded. So the collective energy is, I'm questioning the collective energy. And I'm not questioning each and every one individually. I'm questioning the way that collective consciousness is operating and functioning in terms of what you find in yourself when you're doing something specific. So now I'm referring to talking to, bringing in people when you do something specific for a person. This is just a random example. When I do something for someone and that person um, is so involved or so influenced by what they believe that what I'm doing for that person becomes like bad luck. It essentially for both of us. I mean, this is just watering it down to something simpler. It becomes like horrifically goes wrong. That is a type of collective belief system that we are dealing with. And so in reality, I want to bring up to you that you are finding that you're doing all the effort, you're working, you're doing all the spiritual work, you're doing all the inner search work, inner connection work, you're doing all of these things. These are for people that are doing specific work in themselves, and you are finding that your life is starting to pick up and you're going towards a process and you can actually see the road now. You don't see this like nothingness or this fuzz or this grayness in front of you. Your dreams are coming through and all of those things. And the amazing things, that you experience while you're connecting with Great Spirit within and what is without you and around you. And you find that as you go into a particular situation or a scenario, you've asked for protection. And yet the people or the energy of the people, the energy of that particular community or that particular environment is so strong that it basically tries to throttle or squash your positive intention. Then I want to give you an advice or a tip what to do. First thing you need to do is to draw yourself back away from the actual intention to try and assist that person or that scenario or that situation or that event that's taking place. Step out of it, okay? Because the collective belief system as it is right now exists with the subjected belief of needing to stay in a state of emotional distress, distraught, worries. Nothing seems to work, or my life is a mess, or since that thing happened, this and this has happened, or I've done this and that's happened. That is a programmed influence into the system, which is bringing this into place. And so once you're busy communicating with the group of people that you are connected with, such as, like, for example, let's say your communities, okay? The people, your friends, your family, and they are pretty much in the same space as you and sort of do the same thing as you would like to, as what you're wanting to do. The energy shows that you're working to try and not fight it, okay? Don't fight that collective belief system. Maneuver yourself around it, okay? And the way you maneuver yourself around that collective belief I'm talking about, let's say, certain countries that are doing certain things to try and create a third uh, thing to fight over. Okay? And that particular information, the news that's playing that information out daily, 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 you can just hear, oh my gosh, now they've put people there and they are armed to the teeth. And now they've done this and they've told people there to leave that country. And they've done all of these things on a global type of process to try and create. They want it to happen. So they keep pushing that particular belief or program or spell into the Metatronic system. And so, what is Metatron? Metatron is a technology that allows that particular belief to start to blossom, to grow, to influence the energies around it. Now, how do you deal with that? You step out of the emotional communication that it is trying to draw from you. You stop looking at the things. You stop focusing on it. Because remember now, creation happens when you are looking, we are setting an intention in place. This world is incredibly malleable. It is so you can literally manipulate the energy and the essence of this planet, this reality. It's very powerful. And if you know how to do it, you can do what they're doing. They believe as much as you believe in, maybe more than you in yourself. They believe more in themselves than we do. We believe in ourselves. And that borders on playing out that particular belief system and programming it into certain um, categories of races. Okay, I'm having to speak in other form. Yeah, it's more than just feeding the wolf. I mean, as an individual, you don't have to feed any wolf, and still the wolves are there. Is what I'm trying to say. You're seeing the wolves there. You're seeing whatever kinds of wolves there are. So what I'm trying to say is that we're looking at a metaphysical process of, first of all, they want to get rid of the entire school or philosophy of metaphysics, number one. That's a big deal because it's like removing the knowledge of what we're talking about on this channel. This is why, since then, that last video that I made about metaphysics, it is banned. It is shadowed because it's not seeing anyone. It's just like a blank spot. I can see it in relation to all the other videos. Um, yeah, I'm having to be cryptic because I don't want to have it being knocked, but I'm trusting that you'll follow what I'm saying internally. Yes, absolutely. Retreat to the gallery. That is a good one. I also have a friend who says, not my circus, not my pony. So, not my ponies. So, yeah, step out of the circus, okay? Internally step out of that. I'm not saying be in denial about what you're seeing. I'm not saying stick your head in the sand. I'm saying step back, observe, and see it playing itself out. And then once it's calmed down, because it seems to do it in waves, then continue with what you were going to do in the first place. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you a heads up here. Anyway, I've got like 2 minutes to go before I go off. So I just wanted to share that particular information. Just because you're doing positive and spiritual work in terms of yourself and doing healing work for others around you, it is not you. If it feels like it's not working, it is not you. It is the belief of the collective subjection. So the collective feels repressed and its self-esteem is low and it is feeling upset and angry, and that is the majority of collective, because of programming, because of exactly the material that I'm going to be doing the lecture on, or starting the tip of the iceberg on. with regards to signs and symbols. That is a type of programming. Okay. And it's how you look at it and how you observe it that you are able to understand whether you are automatically slotting yourself into being programmed or not. It is always a consent. On a deep spiritual level, you consent or you do not consent to what you are allowing to come into your vessel, to come into your temple, to come into your thoughts. And so it is important to keep that in mind. Every day it's a fight. It truly is. I mean, we are all in this together. We're all going through this drama, but we're all coming up at the top. We are eventually doing that because that is the path of what it is supposed to be like. So don't worry, don't despair, don't feel stressed out. This is not a negative video at all. This is something to just give you a little heads up on saying just be mindful at what you're looking at. There's certain creators that create content that are deliberately also trying to influence the alternative people to fall into some sort of belief system. So please be mindful of all the stuff that you're looking at. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. Thank you very much for all the likes and the presence of bodies. I appreciate that. And we will connect soon. For those of you who are interested in the lectures, let me know. You'll have to jump through 2 doors to get there. Please, it is for your for my protection and for yours indirectly as well. I'm looking forward to the lectures. For those who are interested, for those of you who are not going to go to do the lectures, don't worry. The information in the lectures are always going to be available on the channel itself in some way or form, in one way or another. Okay, so there's nothing that you will be missing at all. You just need to just look a little bit more deeper into the stuff. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm not going to keep you up. And much love. Bye.